good to go here. Hello everyone and welcome to a Monday bird chat. Just thought we'd hang out for a little bit while working on some block integration here. The birds are, the current baby quails are 4 weeks old now, so we're gonna probably work on getting them integrated into the main block here. And then also we can chat about the other group too. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera down there, but we can talk about things that have been a little challenging as far as dealing with a natural hatch, a natural birth of a chick. Then the differences between that and putting eggs into an incubator. It's been a little more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, we made a few mistakes yesterday. Had a couple chicks not make it because of a mistake on my part. But yeah, we can talk about all that and whatever else you feel like talking about. But let me just finish getting a few there. Okay. But let me get a couple things just finished up here, and then we'll be ready to go. It might be a little hard to hear me. I'm trying to talk really loud, but the camera's inside the chick enclosure right now, and I'll move that in a minute when we move the camera. Also, a couple of the adult birds are out walking around in the room. So we are gonna have to block off the door so the chicks can't get out. And it wouldn't be that big of a deal if the chicks did get out of the enclosure, decide to walk around the room, mainly because they can't really go anywhere except for in the room. But the difference right now is that the adult birds see their enclosure as home and they always come back to it, and it's not difficult to get them to wrangle them up. I don't know if the chicks see the enclosure as their home yet. I assume they do, but I don't know how difficult it would be to actually get them back in if they decide to just go walk around. So, give me 1 second, just going to finish doing a few things here, and then we'll open things up to the birds and let them out of their baby enclosure and start walking around the entire enclosure. Let's see, what do we want to do? Not yet. Alright, so we have that set up. Attempt to pop off the chat. I forgot to bring my phone up here, so I'm going to have to make the chat window extra large. Hopefully that'll be good enough to see. Oh, I might be able to do it from here. Alright, so we'll make that huge. Alright. So what I think we'll do is I'm just going to close off, even though there's some birds out in the main room here. We're just going to go ahead and close the door, and then if they want to come back in, they'll just knock on the wall, and then I can let them back in. So, do that just to make sure that we don't have the little babies running around everywhere. Well, I guess they're not really babies anymore. They're probably getting close to being adults here. water. Baby birds, there you go. Alright, we got a... Damn that later. See, babies. Alright. How do we want to do this? I think what we're going to do is just kind of like we did last time, and we'll just take off this entire main wall here. Come on. There we go. No, you can't go out right now, buddy. I need you to hang out with the birds. So we can't leave them. I'm not comfortable leaving them alone quite yet. And there might be a little bit of pecking, but that's okay. It's normal. But basically, we just want to make sure that we're around just in case we have to separate them. We don't want them to hurt each other. Just trying to fix that wall, really, that one wall section. Need a connector piece. I know, Birdie. I'm wondering what's going on. You're gonna have roommates, buddies. I have another connector around here somewhere. I just don't want this wall to fall apart once I... Oh, there we go. Let's add this one in the corner here. So probably, hopefully aiming for an hour of just interacting with each other and getting used to each other. But it's not going to be a very long one today. Alright, let's pull off this entire section today. Birds, A. No angry wings. Are you the relaxed bird over here? Hey guys. You want to come in? Yeah, I mean, there's going to be probably end up being a little bit of pecking here as they kind of figure out their whole pecking order. And like I said, that's normal as long as they're not injuring each other. We pretty much have to just let them sort things out. Let's see if we can fix this here. I'll just do like an overhead view of everything, what's going on. So I'm going to put the camera up on the table here. We just need to kind of keep an eye on everybody. I'm going to put down a box here so I can sit down with them. Yeah, hopefully, and then we can just hope that things don't get out of hand here. So let's keep an eye on everything, make sure they're okay. Watch out, Nibs, I don't want to sit on you. Where'd you go, Nibs? Nibs. There you go. Welcome back in. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on home. It's honestly, again, it's going to be a little bit difficult to even tell them all apart, but they are starting to already look like the adults. So we'll have to make sure we've got a good count at the end, and all the right birds are getting in the right areas. Hey babies, come here. It's okay. Come here, Nibs. Come here, Nibs. Come on, buddy. Not you, Darth. Hey, birds. Hey, little birds. Come home. Come home. Hey, bud. You want to come back? You want to come in? Come on in. Come on. Come home. Don't let the baby out. Come on. Hurry up. Come on. Oh, you're leaving. Hi, guys. Hey, Nibs. Hey, birds. Come on. It's okay, little birds. Relax. They're all just curious right now. Fred, you want to come home? No? You want to stay out? A little more chaotic this time around than the last time we integrated the flock together, but things are okay. That one seems to be alright. Mama Bird's a little territorial, and that's okay. You don't want to come sit with Dad? You're the adult. I do think I probably should have started working on integration about a week ago. Probably would have made things a little bit easier, because they are getting to about the age where they're at pretty much sexual maturity. So there could be some territorialness while doing this, but they're still pretty young, so they hopefully will get mostly ignored after they get used to each other. And the nice thing is that at least the walls were transparent, so they could always see each other. So they do. It's not like we're dropping in completely unknown birds into their area, which probably would have been pretty horrible if that happened. Hey, birds. We got a couple in the birdhouse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are just hanging out in the wooden house over there. One's over here eating. Let's see where the other ones. The rest are kind of just underneath their heating plate still. But things are starting to calm down a little bit for now. Hopefully it stays that way. Hey Red, welcome home. Welcome home, Red. Come on, buddy. Come on home. Come home. There you go. Be nice, Red. That's your baby over there. It looks just like you. Well, it's starting to look like you with your weird feather colors. Little birds. Hi. Are you in their sandbox, huh? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Hey, you. Oh, you're okay. Not quite sure how that happened. We already have a baby that did escape. Must have ran out. Oh, okay, there's a gap in the door here. I didn't even notice. Come back home, baby bird. You're not supposed to be out there yet. That's okay, you're fine. Alright, I guess we'll, since it's pretty hard to see what's going on, we'll just grab this, bring it back down. We'll go over here for now. Most of the birds are still just kind of hanging out underneath their heater plate. Probably they're a little scared. Hey, baby bird, come on, come home. Come on home, birds. Come on, come back home. There you go, bud. Come on. No, you don't need to go out. You stay inside. Move this over here since there's a group over here just hanging out by the turtle thing. Yeah, decided just instead of just running a bird cam today, I figured we'll just hang out for a little bit and chit chat, talk about the birds while we sit here and watch the first attempt at flock integration. Hopefully this goes well. And and also I'm just really tired too. So last night was a little bit difficult with the brand new baby in the other enclosure. That one of the hens was actually able to hatch herself. The problem is where she built her nest, the baby wasn't able to get itself back into the nest last night. So whenever mom left the nest, the baby would follow it and then wouldn't be able to get back in, so it would sit there and cry until I went and grabbed it and put it back in the nest for it. And also the mama bird would just, Hazelnut would just sit there and chirp at and call for the baby. But luckily today, now he's it's been a day, he's a little bit stronger, he's able to get himself back into the nest by himself now. Mama bird is teaching it how to drink water, which was good to see today. And has been trying to feed the baby. Come on back in home. Come home. Come on, little bird. Come on, bird. Baby bird. Back in. Nope. No, no. I'm going to retrieve the baby that got out. Look out, birds, I don't want to step on you. There you go. We got our little baby back in the house. We're doing alright so far. Hey, JPs. One group of chicks that have no fear are just over here hanging out with the adults, and then there's a couple over here that still a little bit afraid of the adults. Hey, mama bird, what are you doing? Be nice to the baby birds. For the most part, they're just pretty much checking each other out. Well, the adults are just checking out the little birds, and thankfully none of them have tried to mate with each other with them yet. So I think they'll probably just mostly just be ignored once they get used to each other being in the same enclosure, and then yeah, once the baby birds get to sexual maturity, then we'll see how things go if things start getting out of hand. Still a little bit too early to feather sex any of the new birds. Two of them are getting close, it looks like. So, let's see over here. It looks like the one freaking out by the Pokeball, that's probably going to be a male. It's got the rusty feathers on its butt. And then one of the other ones that looks like that one, that's also probably also going to be a male. And yeah, that one's just really jumpy. Hey buddy, it's okay. It's alright. So it's alright, that's your parents. Don't be afraid of your parents. Let's go over here since most of the birds came over here now. Gotta keep an eye on them. Alright, we're gonna stand up. These flight. No, these are tiny button quail or king quail, they're also called. Hey, Omni. And they're starting to figure out their wings. The adults all fly really well for the most part. And the baby ones still have to have a roof over their enclosure because they're starting to test out their wings now, and they'll fly out if they get too scared. So, and since they're small, the babies are actually harder to catch than the larger ones. The babies are just super fast, and so it's just a pain in the ass to get them back in the enclosure once they escape. So they still have their roof over them at night, and the adult birds, they don't have a roof over them anymore, and every now and then they'll jump out on their own. But I leave the next to this fake plant, there's a panel that's I just leave cracked at night, so if they do get out, they can let themselves back in, and they do for the most part. The only thing is that if they get out into the hallway by jumping over the barrier I put at the door, then they can't get themselves back in until I come and let them back in. because they haven't figured out that they can jump over the barrier to get out, but for some reason they just can't figure out that they can just jump back over the barrier to get back in. So that's kind of hilarious. Hey Nibs, are you scared, buddy? Come here. Come here, Nibbles. Hey, Nibbles. So this has been the calmest one of the new bunch. It's basically the only one that lets me hold it. So yeah. So I named him Nibbles because he likes to sit on my sweater and just nibble on it. And he also likes to try and eat my fingers. So he's got a taste for human. I assume it's gonna be a he, but it could be a she. A little too early still to tell. But still, it's a really calm bird for the most part until the adult comes by to bother it. But so far, they've been good. The adults have been good with the little ones. They haven't attacked any. I shouldn't say that because now that I said that, they'll probably all start attacking. Yeah, it's just a matter of them getting the little ones getting used to being around them, around new birds, and that'll probably take a day or two. A few of them seem to be completely comfortable already, but a couple are pretty skittish about it still. Hey, relax. Relax, Spots. Relax, spotted bird. Waiting for some of the, I think I only have one more, let me check. I think it's just one of the adults that are still out in the other, out of the enclosure. Yeah, so almost all the adults are in here, so that's good. They're getting used to them all. There's just one. One of the mama birds is out walking around. I think she's getting ready to lay her egg in her new egg laying spot outside of their house. Most of the time, they still are laying all their eggs back here. So, bunch of eggs from the burbs. And then there's one bird that keeps laying its eggs outside of the enclosure now, which isn't a big deal, but since I'm not always watching since I'm not always watching my stuff when I'm outside of the enclosure, I've stepped on an egg or two already. Right, that bird is very unhappy. It's alright, baby bird. Relax. But yeah, that's angry bird noise. Couple just hanging out in the wooden house. Oh, just one in the wooden house right now. I guess most of them are probably still just hanging out underneath the plate, man. Are there any birds under there? I can't see it, so we'll use the camera to see. Any birds under here? There's a couple. We'll go over here, I guess. The cat's watching, yeah. Thomas's cat goes crazy from the bird noises too. I was just gonna start labeling the streams streams for cats. You have a weird bird trying to take a bath and the wood chips underneath there. Even though it's got a giant sandbox that it can play in. What's getting along with the adult bird that just walked in there with it? That one's Nibbles. I guess he's just really calm. Redbird over here is usually the Redbird over here. I call him Redbird because he's got a red stomach, and he's usually the alpha bird of the enclosure and likes to kick ass. So it's good to see that he's leaving him alone. And that's the unfortunately the overbred female of the group. It's that gray one with the bald spot, and hopefully introducing the new birds with more females will solve that issue, because she is just getting used by all the males. Which is unfortunate. I just didn't want to separate her out. Because when I separated her out for about a half a day one day, just 'cause I wanted to give her a break. But she wanted out the entire time, was just freaking out, trying to figure out a way to escape to get back to the other ones, because it's that group of 4 right here that have are kind of a family, I guess, and then the other 4 are together. The other 4 blackbirds are a little family, so they kind of grouped off on them, off on their own naturally. But yeah, like I said, I'm just hoping that introducing the new birds will balance things out. Hopefully, we won't have a major imbalance between male and female in this enclosure anymore. Even 1-to-1 will be better than what it is right now. It's right, it's about 2.5-to-1, 3-to-1 right now. So, yeah, I mean, just the other enclosure is 1-to-1, and it's completely fine. No one's getting overmated with, and they all get along just fine. But in this one, it's been a little rough. I was kind of thinking back too from when I first separated the 2 groups. Separated the birds into 2 groups. I probably should have just let it go and let them sort things out. And it probably would have ended up being fine, and then the ratio between male to female would have been pretty much just right where we want it to be. But unfortunately, I intervened and split them up, and now it's just reintroducing them now would just be a complete headache. It would be like introducing brand new adult birds. There'd be just tons of fighting. So I figured just keep them separated at this point, and then just hatch a few more. Introduce that group into here to balance things out, and hopefully that works. She's trying to get excited and start making weird noises. Yeah, we got Angry Wings. Oh, this bird. I'm trying to impress the other ones with his wings. Hey, bud, it's okay. Relax. You're okay. No one's gonna kill you, I don't think. That's why I'm in here, so if someone tries to, we'll separate you. But last time, Darth Bird over here was being a little bit aggressive, but this time he's doing a lot better with the other ones. And that was when they were. That was when I first did the first trial of integrating the groups together, and I was at 2 weeks old, and I was probably a little too young. And I probably waited a week too long to start doing this. Should have been doing this probably around week 3, not the start of week 5. Hey. So Darth Quaelius is actually looking like he's pretty calm today. We have one mama bird outside. I don't know if she wants to come. She doesn't seem to want to come in though. She's just kind of sitting out there. Usually they let me know when they want to come in. Is they'll start essentially knocking at the wall with their beak. Or they'll start calling. I think these are the 2 adult. Yeah. So we have 2 of the adults in here. Nope, that's a baby, right? Are you a baby bird? The two new blackbirds are growing really fast. So yeah, it's hard to tell them from the adults from the tell them apart from the adults because they look pretty much the same. But since this one is so calm, I'm gonna assume that's the baby. Yeah, so he's already. I don't think he's got chick fluff on. Yeah, no, that's an adult. Right? Are you? Hey, bud. Chickies. Come on. Chickie, I'm not food. Please stop trying to eat my hand. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Just need to be careful with this box. So, walk underneath and I accidentally step on one. Okay, yeah, so that's adult family number 1. Adult family number 2 is behind me. And then one of the adults is still outside. It's the dark blob you can see on the other side of the wall. I'm gonna take your dish away for the wild birds. Go to one of the other food dishes. There's plenty of food in here. You guys have food all over the floor. I'm running through your bowl too. I'll come home, little bird. Come on. Door, come here. Come on. No? You guys want to go out? Want to go out? Here, go. Go out. Go play. Go have fun. Bye-bye. Come on out, baby birds. Come walk around and explore your area. Welcome home. Hey, come on. Come home. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come back. Come here. Come here. Come here. There's a good girl. I did notice last night, I came up here last night, I was worried about the new baby down the other enclosure, walking out of the nest and ending up drowning itself in the water dish. So I had to come up here and get some rocks to put in the water dish down there. And I did notice all the babies were out essentially sleeping in the open out here, not underneath their heater plate anymore. So I'm pretty sure, and we're at 5 weeks, so they really don't need it anymore. But this has been running pretty warm the entire time, just because it gets cooler in here, cooler in this room at night. So I'm gonna let them have it for a few more nights and just keep stepping it down by about 5 degrees every night, just so we don't have, we don't temperature shock them, just constantly being in room temperature. For now, they're used to about an 80-degree area, and it gets to about 60 degrees in here at night now. So I'm pretty sure they're fine with their feathers, but horny birds, not in front of the babies. Oh, since this will be a really stressful day for them, we'll let them hang out for about an hour here and then put them back in their own area and then work on it again tomorrow. About an hour or two a day maybe. And hey Mama Bird, you want to come home? Want to come back in? Come on. All of you gonna go out? It's also possible, I suppose, they're just not used to having all this extra space too, which is making them a little more jumpy than usual. So, what I think I might do is, since the other birds have essentially the entire room to run around in, I can just cut this entire enclosure in half. That way I can keep increasing the baby's side until, and just gradually get them used to having more and more room, and then hopefully get to a point where we can just take the wall down. It's alright, little birds. Hey babies. Oh, you guys want to come back in? Here, come on. Hurry up before the other birds leave. Nope, you're gonna stay out. No, you can't go out yet. You're not old enough. Hey bud, come on Darth. Darth, this way. Come on, come on buddy. Alright Mama Bird, that's, hey! Get out of my house. Alright. You share that. Share your little wooden house. No. You are not allowed. Uh-oh. You have an escapee. Oh, you need more water, buddy? Hey, birds. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here. Hi. Well, stay over here. I was gonna let you sit in my lap so the other birds would leave you alone. Hey, mama bird. Hey, Red. What are you doing? Darth, this way. Over here, buddy. Come on, Darth. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come home. Come on. Come on. Come on, Dorothy. Good boy. Oh, Peanut. Relax. Here's your guard lion. It's alright, birds. It's okay. It's okay, little birds. Relax. Hey, Peanut. What are you two doing, huh? Come here. Come on. Come here. Hey, you're okay. babies. What you doing? Whoop. You all just gonna sit in the corner now? What are you, little birds? What are you doing? Little birds, hey baby birds. What's going on? Come on out. There you go. Hey Peanut. Are you the only brave little one? It's okay, baby birds. Relax. It's a little bit longer. What I think I'm going to do is we're going to turn their heater plate also. Everyone out. I just put this on top of you. So. Actually, before we do that, let's just adjust this now while I'm thinking about it. Hey, burbs. Relax. When is this one on? This one's on. Birds. Two from the bottom, third one from the bottom. Watch out, baby. Watch out. You guys like walking around the back? There you go. There you go, little birds. Hi. You're okay. No, Jesus, relax. Sandbox back where you like it. Put your sandbox back. You're okay. So you guys can still have your guard lion. There you go. Going a little bit backwards than I thought it would. I figured there would be the adults freaking out while the babies were the calm ones, but it's the babies freaking out while the adults are just completely, pretty much ignoring them. So relax, little birds. Relax. It's okay. Bird's hungry. Need some food. Hello, birds. See if they come. If the little ones are hungry, they should come out here and eat. Like them to start getting used to using the dishes out here. But and then they can still have their own dish obviously when they're separated. But I'd like them to start getting used to eating from the main dishes. So I don't have to have 3 different dishes of food in here, 4 different dishes of water. Probably end up getting one, eventually have just 2 dishes in here and then just do one really large one and then a smaller one off to the side, so. Used to only have the one food and water dish in here for all the birds, but then there was getting to be a bit of food aggression from some of the birds, so giving them a separate dish away from the other one seems to have eliminated that problem at least. It's not food. It's usually feathers. See? It's just a feather. Wanna play your game? Yeah, let's see if the little ones wanna play. Here. You guys wanna play? Look. Look. Oh. Dinosaurs attack. Thank you. Alright, you guys can play with that for a little while. Just don't eat it. Nibs. Needs to be calming down a little bit here. Definitely less noisy, so I go for a little bit longer, maybe like a half an hour or so, and then you have to go check on the other ones. Make sure the baby is not out of the nest again. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I did notice from just a natural birth or natural hatch from one of the birds from the other enclosure, if compared to incubating, it was the bird got stuck in its egg, and I'm assuming it. I mean, it started off facing the right way because it was obviously pipping through its shell, and then it was unzipping its own shell. But then Mama bird kept pushing it underneath of her while I was trying to take a picture of it while it was hatching. So I don't know if her rolling it around got the bird to turn itself in its egg, but it ended up being backwards and was having a lot of trouble hatching itself. Hazelnut was trying to help crack the egg open and was trying to help it out of its egg, but her idea was basically grabbing its leg and trying to pull it out of the egg, which wasn't actually working. It was in there pretty good, so I ended up helping that one. I ended up helping her hatch her baby out last night, and yeah, it's doing really well. It looks a lot smaller than actually these did too. It seems like every generation that these have, they get smaller and smaller when they're babies, but it's probably like them just getting so used to having the adults around. But it's at least healthy. It's moving around on its own. Like I said earlier, it's able to get in and out of it. For the most part, it's able to get in and out of the nest on its own. And at least it's learned how to drink at this point. But Mama bird has still been just grabbing food and bringing it to the nest for the baby, so the baby hasn't had to go to the food dish itself yet, and so it hasn't really figured that out yet. So I'll probably help the little one figure out the food dish, and then yeah, I'll probably keep them separated from the rest of the flock down there for another, I'd say at least another week until the baby gets a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, when the other birds started getting broody, I didn't mark the date when they started sitting on their eggs. I marked the eggs so I would know which ones were the ones that have been sitting on since they started going broody, and then the other ones I was just getting rid of, I was taking away from them. But I forgot to mark the date on the calendar of what day it was, so I just lost track of time. So yesterday I wasn't expecting anything to hatch, and so it's kind of sad that there were 2 other babies that ended up hatching, and unfortunately all the other adults essentially just killed them. So after I saw that, I noticed there was one more egg that was about to hatch, so I went ahead and closed off the nest area, and isolated her on her own, so that wouldn't happen again. But I don't know which one it was. I was during yesterday's stream, actually. The birds were just kind of running around crazy, like usual, in the morning and in the afternoon. So I was run around and have fun out in the room. So it wasn't anything different than usual. They were kind of, I had noticed they were just mounting each other really a lot. So I just figured they were just really horny birds yesterday. And I didn't actually hear any baby bird sounds. Otherwise, I would have known right away. But I didn't hear any baby bird chirping, or at least I didn't hear it if it was going on. But yeah, I didn't. I'm assuming it was one of the males that just grabbed onto the chicks and just essentially dragged it out of the nest, and then ended up pecking at one of them pretty good. So one of them, I'm assuming, was killed by getting pecked, and then the other one was probably just dragged around in the enclosure, unfortunately. But that was really sad, though. But it was definitely my fault. I know I knew the males can be aggressive to the baby chicks, so I should have had it all blocked off earlier. But I figured I was just gonna wait, because one of the hazelnut, the hen that is sitting on the nest now, has been obsessed with sitting on her own eggs, and has been the one that's been the most broody of all the birds. But all the hens have been helping out. Usually during the overnight, there'd be 3 of them sitting inside the net, just piled on top of each other, sitting on top of the eggs. So they all wanted to sit on the nest, and then there were even 2 males that were really interested in sitting on top of the eggs too. So that was kind of cute. So I was just letting them all just kind of hang out over there and just sit on their eggs. And I figured once we got close to hatching, I would realize it, and then I could close things off. But fortunately, I did not catch it in time. But today I did let a couple of the other hens in. Bird I let in for a little while, and Snowball got put in there. One of the all silver birds got allowed into the nest area, and they all were helping Mama Bird, Hazelnut, while she was getting food. The others went and sat on the baby. And then I let SeaTac in for a little while, and he was actually really good with the baby for a while. And then all of a sudden, when Hazelnut was sitting on top of it, he decided to grab it and pull it out from underneath her. So I made SeaTac leave. But they're all of the other birds are really curious about the baby bird in the nest, because they pretty much just stay at the wall and stare in the entire time. So, and last night, SeaTac is the one that is basically partnered up with Hazelnut, and he was kind of crowing all night long, trying to find Hazelnut once all the lights were turned off, because they usually all would sleep together, and I guess they realized that one of their flock was missing. So I think they were missing her last night, because you would hear them crowing for her every now and then. But they finally went to sleep at around 2:30 or so. And then this morning they were pretty loud, trying to get her attention. Doing a little bit better now. They're calming down a little bit. Got an entire load of baby birds in the sandbox, and the adult birds sandbox. There's a couple in their own sandbox off to the side. So I think they're starting to settle in. And the adults are at the point where they're now just basically ignoring them for the most part here. Actually, they're pretty much completely ignoring them now. So good. I mean, things have went a lot smoother than I was anticipating. I thought this was going to be just a horror show of birds attacking each other, and I'm glad that's not the case today. Like I said, I'm just not comfortable yet leaving them completely mixed together unsupervised yet. Probably make them go through a couple more supervised sessions, and then next week we'll a little bit longer each time we'll go a little bit longer each time. So today looks like we've been at this for almost an hour and a half, so we'll probably cut it off at the hour and a half mark. Tomorrow we'll do maybe 2.5 hours, and just keep increasing the time more and more until we can hopefully just take all the separating walls down and not have to worry about it anymore. Actually, probably should do it for like 3 hours tomorrow. If we only do it by like a half hour at a time, it'll take way too long to finish the integration process. So yeah, we'll do an hour and a half today, then we'll do probably 3 hours tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably do this while probably working on doing a full clean out of their enclosure here, because it's getting a little bit dirty. It's actually getting pretty icky. So I was gonna wait until the weekend, but I think maybe tomorrow we'll probably just do a full clean out. And that might also help too with any kind of territorialness, because we'll move all their stuff around, and then like before, they'll just be more focused on exploring their enclosure again than worrying about the others invading their space. Hey babies. Oh, are you having fun, Snowball? I mean, not Snowball, you're not. You're Peanut. The little runt bird. Hey, are you comfy? You're all comfy, spread out in the sand. Hey, baby girl. Oh, I guess you can actually see into the sandbox. It's good to see one of the adults in the box with them, tolerating them. That's good. Hey, good girl. Hi. You making friends with that big bird, huh? Wow, things have actually really calmed down. It's actually going a lot better, a lot better than I thought it was. But I could actually maybe. I'm now actually kind of starting to second guess myself and wondering if I should just leave the wall down and for the entire day and let them interact with each other. Hey, Nibs. And Nibs just got scared for some reason and ran away for no reason. Hi. It's okay, little birds. Relax. You're okay. They're not even... They're ignoring you. Relax. They're not even bothering you. Hi. Good girl. You being a good girl, huh? Just hanging out with the babies. With the little birds. Good girl. Hey, Red. Are you being tolerant today? You weirdo. Hey, weird birds, your bath's over here. Come here. Well, you guys were good birds today. Good adult birds, huh? Hey, little birds. Hey, Peanut, what you doing? It's nice to see. Peanut was the super run to the group. That was the one that almost killed itself twice. 2 nights in a row. The first couple of nights, it was underneath in the brooder box. It kept leaving the brooder box and then getting itself stuck next to it, and it was the one that cut its face pretty bad, like on night 2. That I thought was probably not going to make it. It's always been a bit, it was definitely always slower in development from everyone else. Didn't get its feathers for a good 3 or 4 days after the other ones did, and has been smaller than all the other ones. And but it's definitely starting to catch up with its feather growth. Just yesterday, just yesterday it was still had almost all of its chick fluff still on its head, but it's starting to get its baby feathers on its head finally, and starting to feather out. The rest of them are pretty much completely feathered out, at least with their baby feathers. They've all got most of them just still basically just have the chick fluff now around the eyes, down the side of the head. But for the most part, they've pretty much got all their feathers at this point, or at least their first set. A couple of them are starting to get their adult feathers in on their wings, so they're coming along really well. And the rest of them are just underneath their heater plate, so they probably want to start taking a nap soon. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. We've got all the adults over here. They'll probably start separating these groups out again for the day, and wrapping things up in just a minute here. Alright, babies. You want to go say hi to the babies one more time before we close things up, huh? You're gonna separate you guys again? All the little ones are over here now. Oops, sorry. All just hanging out underneath the plate. Hi. Hey, baby. Who's a good girl? Yeah, all the baby birds are starting to, a couple of, not all of them, but you can tell that they're starting to get tired. A couple of them are yawning, and a few of them are just standing there with their eyes closed at this point. So I think it's just about bird napping time, huh? And I'm sure the adults want to go back out and explore. And that keeps them nice and calm, giving them a huge amount of space to be able to go out and just run around and explore. Is definitely help things so much. Just keeping the peace in the enclosure. Hey guys, stay on your side for now. We're gonna close things up, babies. Want to hang out in the big? You just want to go in the big sandbox, huh? Here. You can stay there while I get things reset up for a minute. This is the usual spot while we start taking things apart. Or start putting the wall back up. And getting everybody separated out. All the chicks in the chick house, all the adults over here, please. No, Libs, you stay in there. There you go, good girl. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Come on out. Thank you. Alright, let's get a count of the adults and then we'll know if everyone's where they should be. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3. Oh, hey big bird, come on out. Oh, little bird already trying to show his dominance with his wings. Hey, come on out. Come on out, mama bird. Thank you. All the birds are out where they're supposed to be. All the baby birds are back in their house. I think we're going to call it a day, little ones. Is that a stressful day? You guys can come out maybe for a little bit tonight when you go to bed. Some of you look tired, so I want to let you guys have a break. I know, you see that gap. No nibs, don't not an escape. There we go. I suppose it's not the end of the world if they get through there. I'm just gonna have the door open for the other ones so the adults can go in and out. I just don't want the nibs to go in and out either with them. There we go. Alright, you guys can go back out. Here you go. Have fun. Go play. Enjoy. Alright. That went surprisingly well. Everyone is back to where they're supposed to be. I think 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. We're missing a blackbird. I think we might be missing a blackbird. Nope, there's 2 of them out there. So 2, 4, 2, 4. All right. So all the birds are in the right spot. That went a lot smoother than I thought it did. So, that was a good first day. And we will continue with this tomorrow. And hopefully, I'm shooting for the end of the week. Hopefully, we'll be able to just take down the wall completely and not have to have them separate anymore. That's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for just stopping by and hanging out, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.